All right, off we go for some trailer backing practice. Just going down to the local footy ground where there's a bit of a car park. Get a bit of practice in. It's probably a better way to do it rather than trying to get out there in the traffic and risk all sorts of nasty things happening, like other idiots on the road running into you or getting in your way and making life very difficult.
Yeah, and we've done the brake light check. We've put the car into tow haul. We're towing on a 2024 Everest Trend. It tows a treat. So we're in tow haul, which puts us into 4A. We've got the airbags around the 40, 42. Because we're running a Tough Dog GPM suspension upgrade with airbags and variable springs.
Which helps the van track very nicely. And we can adjust the ride so that we get the thing nice and level so that it does track very nicely and it doesn't get any rocking and rolling and swaying and all those other horrible things that can happen to vans if you're not careful with your initial setup.
This is my third time towing, by the way.
Yeah, no, she's doing really well. We put a little video up a little while back, and that was her backing, I think, on her second attempt. So we're going to go through a couple of things. There's a couple of basic rules. There's no dark arts involved in reversing trailers and caravans and that sort of thing. Most of it is common sense. And the other one little trick that you've got to remember is that when you're going backwards, whichever way you turn the steering wheel on the car, the trailer's going to go the other way. If you remember that, you're pretty much right all the way through. The other thing to remember too, when you're travelling with a caravan on the back or a trailer or anything like that, it's longer and it will cut the corners slightly every time you go around the corner. So you need to give yourself a little bit, a couple of bumps there, give yourself a little bit of extra space around corners or you'll be mounting the gutters, which is not much fun and doesn't do your rims and tyres much good at all. And
you told me to head to the centre when I'm turning a bit, to bring the van around, and then I watched the tracking in the gutter. The best tip I was given on reversing after he taught me was whatever mirror you don't want the trailer in, you turn the van to that side. You turn the driver's wheel to that side to get that out of the mirror that you don't want it to be in.
Yeah. That's the dark arts of caravan backing explained. All it really needs is plenty of practice, hopefully in a nice quiet area before you get out on the road and frighten the neighbours.
Don't frighten the neighbours.
Or the dogs or anything like that.
They nearly parked over our driveway, but we got out.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of a hybrid. It's more manoeuvrable.
Yeah. Remember, you don't need to be jackrabbing. You don't have to get there in a real hurry. If you've got one of these things and you're heading off into the wild blue, it's a relaxing time. It's not a race.
It's the journey as much as the destination, everyone tells us.
And if the journey takes longer, well, so be it. And if anybody behind you doesn't like you going a bit slower, too bad.
Bananas.
Yeah.
Hey, one thing I remember too, as always, when you're parking, come around corners, is which side your awning's on. Watch out for trees because they've been known to take out awnings. Just the camber of the road does not help.
One little trick you want to remember when you're pulling in, ready to back in, is if you can, try and get your whole van in a straight line directly to where you want to back it into. Just makes life a lot easier in the long run.
Straighten the mirror is a good tip.
All right, here we go slowly backwards. Now we're heading a little bit to where we want to go. We just need to go a little bit more right hand down because that trailer's starting to go to the left. Now we've got to go left hand down to pull it back into where it's got to go. And as it goes, it swings around quite nicely in towards where the gutter is. And now we'll just do the opposite, sorry about the fly there, to the right hand down to straighten it back up again. So we're actually following the van where it's got to go, where we want it to go. Better off if you can have lots and lots of small movements rather than a couple of big ones. And any moment now, slow and steady, any minute now, we're going to see the van come into the mirror.
And I'm watching all my mirrors all the time. I'm relying on them. I'm not relying on the reversing camera at the moment.
And here we go. You've got almost pretty much straight in. Just need to straighten the car up a little bit more, but the van is in dead set straight against the gutter. So if we were coming into a caravan park, it would be perfect.
In other words, all the guys watching, haha, I'll be able to reverse it in caravan park. Yeah.
Girls can do it too.
Here I go, and it's my third time reversing. It's getting a feel for those slow and steady S's, snaking movements, and having a confidence to know when I need to make a correction. It's a lot of little movements that seem to do it, and having faith that you just learn when are the right times to turn it in the other direction. You can see here I'm getting pretty straight in line, so pushing back. Yeah, I'm out from the curb, don't come for me. But there you go, third go.